All right, all you beautiful people of the YouTubes, we are back here today doing another premiere draft for Ninja Turtles. Let's hop into it. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Well, I think the best card here is just the anchovy and banana pizza. Pick up some removal. Party Dude is not a very good card. April O'Neil is maybe one of the best commons in white. I think we just take that, maybe play black-white. Just kind of looking for a signal to see what's open. Michelangelo's not a bad card in the Raptor. Maybe green's open here. The EPF Point Squad is in the card that I'm upset with playing if we wind up being in this color combination. I think we're going to stick with the Point Squad, and we're going to keep an eye on green here. Well, here's Splendor. Oh, and Arasaki is here. We got some blue-red cards also here. Yeah. Another anchovy and banana pizza seems fine to me. Wow. Another Point Squad or an Uneasy Alliance? This is a tough one. Let's get the Alliance. So, looks like it's just an Action News crew here. That's fine. Stomped by the Foot here, I think, is just the better card. We're getting a lot of removal, not a lot of creatures right now. This set has a ton of removal in it, so I'm not too surprised by that. All right, I think it's just another Point Squad. Exterminator. Avatar. Hopefully we're not playing him. Another Splinter. I think the Splendor, even though it's a legendary, is just better than the Foot Ninjas. So I think we're just gonna take it. Ooh, Kai's Technique. I wouldn't mind the Tunnel Rats or the Jenica. Wow. Well, it's got to be the mechanized cavalry here. The bow wouldn't be terrible. We can pick up some more ninjas. This card just plays so well with the Point Squad if we wind up drawing it after it's on the battlefield. Here we go. Now we're getting to some payoffs. We're actually getting our cards here in the second pack. It makes me think that in pack 3 we're probably going to get cut again, because it felt like we were fighting with somebody over this archetype in pack 1. Ooh, Leonardo, leader in blue. Another great card. So here, I don't think the third Splendor is as good as the first Squirrelanoids. Stomped by the Foot or the Guardian stance. Yeah, I think it's just a Stomped by the Foot. This card, the Colonex, but I'm hoping we don't have to play it. I don't think it's particularly good. Tunnel Rats is fine. Bebop's not great. Ooh, Turncoat Kunichi's great. I think that's an easy slam. Rat King. We also have Shredder's Technique and another Squirrelanoids. Ooh, we also have a Mechanized Cavalry. Where are we at creatures-wise? 15. I think taking the Cavalry makes our Stomped by the Foots better. Helps with some of our other removal and makes our point squads better. I think we just take the Cavalry here. I think the Rat King's going to be too hard to make work. Oh, wow. Last Ronin. Do we take that and try to set people up with our Ninja Aggro deck to hit them with a sweeper? I think we just take another technique. That's awesome. Oh, wow. I'd really love that other Cavalry. I think it's just a technique now. Raph and Leo here could just be great if we can build up a big enough board state to be able to just go off on people. Wow, another Karai's technique. This can really make things complicated for our opponents. The Anchovy Banana Peach is great, but I got 2 of them already. What do I think actually has a chance to make our deck? Ice Cream Kitty isn't really on the aggro plan. The Henchbots, potentially, if we're a racing situation going back and forth, creates more opportunities for our opponents to have tapped creatures. High Flying Ace, I like that better than the Avatar. We'll put that in for the time being. Right. So I think the Avatar is the worst card here. So I think we can actually get away with playing 16 lands here. I think we're going to cut a plains. I think Tunnel Rats is probably our worst 2-drop. And I think we have so much other removal that dropping a banana pizza or an anchovy banana pizza is probably the play here. This looks pretty solid to me. All right, this looks pretty good. We have some things to do. I think we'll just play our point squad and hang back for the time being and try to set something up for a pretty big turn next turn. I think we're just going to play an uneasy alliance. Sure. You know, I think we're just going to try to play a slower game here. This will trigger our point squad. No attacks. Well, I'm concerned that they might have something to sneak in. So I think we're just going to block. This could be wrong. They don't have anything. We're just going to go ahead and bounce their token. Well, looks like we're in a top deck war. Ooh. go ahead and kill that. Okay, that's not the worst. So I think we just go ahead. And get rid of their Karai. If they have removal, we could get blown out here. That's pretty good. So we kind of messed this up. I forgot all about that being a sorcery. We're just going to get this back in so we can get our trigger off of it. We do not want to swamp. That was a big mistake. And again, should have played my Shredder. I think we just got to get it onto the battlefield now. I am butchering this. I'm butchering this bad. So I can flash in. Get Splendor in. Thank goodness. Managed to stop messing that up. As they say, you're supposed to be 15% smarter than the deck you're playing, and I'm failing to meet that threshold at this point. Hopefully we could get this figured out. But one win, I'll take it. I managed to fail myself all the way to a victory. This looks great. So the Mechanized Ninja, I think, is the better blocker here. I'd rather trade this with the Squirrelinoids than anything else that I have. If they play anything before attacking with Leonardo, we potentially just throw something in front of him and force him to activate the first strike, which means he just won't develop his board. Yeah, I'm fine with this. I think we're just going to play this and get rid of the Leonardo. Now we're going to cancel. I don't want him to be able to sneak. We want this to be able to block the Squirrelinoids. And again, if they want to spend the turn to kill my turncoat to get Leonardo back, I think I'm okay with that. So I play this. Next turn I can double spell, which is going to make things a little bit more difficult for them. So we're going to say no attacks. So they could have a foot ninjas here, potentially. They're clearly trying to sneak something in. I think we just got to keep them off the sneak. That is a great blocker. Ooh, wow. So I think we're just going to hang on to both of those. So I think we're just going to attack with April here. If they have something to sneak for 2, they can get in. And they do. They potentially could have a big turn here. So 2 comes in, that's 4, 5, 6. We're dead here if we don't block. Okay. Do we attack with April? I don't think we can. This is risky. I think we have to go for the all-out attack here. And try to get him with the Karai's technique. So we're just going to go to damage. So I think we have to double block the Okay. No attacks. Oh, well, I think that was a mistake. I probably should have attacked there just to try to potentially maybe hit something that we could have swung out with and won the game next turn. Oh, that's going to do it. This seems fine. Splendor attacks pretty well. So I think we'll start off with him. I don't think he's surviving. Oh, wow. I think they just made a mistake there. So we can play Shredder's technique here, kill that, and play our action news crew. I think it's probably worth doing. I think we play the insect. They'll be able to get in for 3, but I think if we can draw the land next turn, this will set us up pretty decent. Okay. Play a Splendor. I think we just go to combat. Just play Stomped by the Foot. They might have that mutation card. Land here would be great. I think we'll take both of those in that order. No blocks. So here we're racing. We have to hope they have nothing. What could they have to do an additional 2 damage to us? I think we block with the crew. Yeah, that's pretty good. So let's see. We can play the technique. So if we put it here, there we go. So this deck has some pretty complicated plays as far as the sequencing of cards. It's definitely been pretty challenging for me, that's for sure. This seems perfectly fine. They mulligan to 6. Now the question is, do I want to attack into that? I think I'm perfectly fine if they block. So let's just attack. If they want to block, I think we're fine with that. Should have played this before combat. I screwed that up. I'm finding every single way to mess up my cards that you can, and I'm doing it. So we can play our Shredder here. Again, I totally screwed that up, but the cards are still powerful enough that they're dragging me to victory here. So we have 2 plays that we can make with our opening hand. We need a white to unlock our hand. 2 white is really what we need here. I think we're going to keep this. This is probably a mistake, but we're going to give it a shot. Look at that. Magic's such an easy game. And I almost played the wrong card. Get out there, Leonardo. Brainstorm. That's got to be bonus sheet, right? We're just going to put Splendor in. Replay Leonardo. All right. He has a lot of tapped lands. It's really slowing him down. So we can stomp by the foot that thing. Let's just get the high flying ace in. No blocks. Okay. So Karai's technique. All right, that game was a bit cleaner. My opponent's lands in that game really hurt them, really slowed them down. I think that would have been a different game if they didn't have 3 lands that would have come in tapped. This seems fine. We don't have removal till turn 4. I have a Dream Beavers. I'd really love to be able to kill that immediately. This could just be racing. Okay. Dream Beavers is such a good card. I kind of feel like I just want to kill the Dream Beavers. And potentially trade with Leonardo. They got a trick. I'm more than happy to have them use it here. Sure. So I really don't want to get hit by... I think we just double spell here. I think we can attack and double spell with the April and the News Crew. Don't care so much about the land. I will take that removal, though. If they have the Karais, this could be a pretty big blowout. But then they're picking up Leonardo, and they're not really doing anything. It was a very interesting turn. And no attacks. This way, if they want to play the Kenichi, they gotta play it honestly. I can attack with April. No, I can't. He plays the Kenichi before combat. Have a tapped Shredder. Maybe that would encourage him to want to put the Kenichi in before combat. I don't think I can attack here. Although we're going to play this because I think the Shredder being on the battlefield is going to get him to play the Kenichi. Then we can kill it with the pizza. Okay. think we'll go ahead and attack with the ace. Oh no. I messed that up. Because now he can sneak in the Kenichi. No, yeah. Should not have attacked with that. I was thinking I had enough mana left that I could play the Splendor. So if I do not block this, he's just going to eat one of my creatures anyway. So I just gotta chump. He probably needs to attack with April as well. So one of these is going to disappear. So we got to block here. He can activate that on his turn. Yeah, I probably could have played this game a lot better. The value he's getting out of this is out of this Kenichi. I mean, he's already killed two of my creatures with it. We need to block the ninja. We need to block Leonardo. Because yeah, otherwise he can just keep sneaking it back in again. This is such a beating. And of course, he's got a Dream Beaver on top of it now. Yeah, we're going to play it out. We can give Leonardo first strike. So that complicates his ability to be able to block with the Leonardo Big Brother. Oh, and there goes the Kenichi. Yeah. He's got a really good deck. The synergies he's got going on there are awesome. All right. We are 4-2. One more win gets us over the threshold to be able to get our gems back. That's the goal. Yeah, this is fine. So I think we just go to combat. Just keep developing our board. I don't know that the 1 mana is going to make a huge difference here. Regardless of what he plays, we can probably just deal with it with the uneasy alliances anyway. If he ramps into something like a 4-drop, like a Pachyderm or something here. Buzzbots. Sure. Just want to keep getting damage in. Use. Probably could have done that on his end step. Didn't need to do that now, I don't think. Okay. You got a Buzzbots? Nothing. It's just a naked raptor. Well, that's pretty good. We can play the Alliance here on the Raptor. So I think we just got to kill now. Oh, they put 2 counters on the Butler. I think we're just fine here. Probably should have played the Raft that turn. Okay. Okay, so this turn we got to get rid of that frog. Well, they can no longer block. They're tapped out. No, he's got to be attacking. So if I was to attack with everything, he could activate block one creature. I can untap one of them. He does not die. This frog is cramping my style. Yep. You can put 2 mutagens on the Cryptoid. That ooze in play, it makes this really difficult. I think I missed the point of having an opportunity to win this game. I don't know if I have anything that gets me out of this. I'd have to hit pretty much straight removal from this point. And hope he draws nothing. That's not bad. Now we got to hope he doesn't have Saved by the Shell. We're not blocking. See what they hit. Pizza Face is pretty freaking good. Go ahead and block. He's going to activate. Yep, he's going to have 3/3s for days. I'm perfectly fine if he'd like to block. Didn't think so. So the frog is what allowed him to stay in the situation and be able to prolong this game. Me not being able to attack through and get some final damage, and that was really pivotal in the game. The Frog is such a star. It's too short. If I draw a Shredder, that's not a Shredder. I was going to say he'd have to not block. But that'll do it. Well, we went 4-3 again. The deck gave me some trouble piloting it here. I ain't gonna lie about it. It had some pretty complicated turns. The sneak stuff is it kicked my butt. That's for sure. But that was a ton of fun. Look forward to doing this again. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.